Hello, my dear friends. Welcome again to another episode here in cbleonline.org. Today, our topic will be on patience, ang pagpasensya or pagpahanunot. We call that in Hebrew as savlanot. So, this particular virtue, patience, of course, in our Christian traditions, may araman siya sa iyang meaning. And let us explore this in the Jewish perspective again. So I will read from a quotation from Shizbon Hanafesh. And it says there, "Woe to the pampered one who has never been trained to be patient. Either today or in the future, he is destined to sip from the cup of affliction." Ito, magino, for example, kung ang tao, ang tanan na gusto niya, ihatag dahil sa iya, ate, maabot ng panahon, subong man ako sa hindi man sa subong, pero time will come that you will suffer from such affliction. No? Tuod magid, di ba? Sa subong, no, we have this idea of instant gratification. Wala na kita nagahulat. Ako mismo, I am guilty sometimes, especially when it is about time. For example, I am very conscious of time, and when people will arrive late, I am really stressed. Maybe, I don't know, is in the culture naton, ngayon sa ano mo yung temprano abot, late gihapon na sila. Isa mo nga rin joke ko sa self ko, mas ko pa late lang ko Pero bisan hambal ko pa nga mapalate ako, pag abot ko, ako magyapon ang una sa tanan, kay late magyapon ang tanan. So, sometimes, it becomes, you become frustrated. Okay? I believe it is really in the culture of Filipinos, and it's so difficult to change the culture, no, of Filipino time. Siguro kung nara kita sa iba na kultura, we also adjust. Pero kahit hindi sa Pilipinas, amo ng kultura naton, doon naanad na lang kita. Pero ikaw yung on time, punctual, whenever people are late, or even if you ikaw naman seems to be late, you become impatient, and then, ngakig ka, stress out ka. Yayaw ka na lang, o malabag is ginasunlog sa panahon. Have you noticed that? Pero may kita ginahambal na still actually related to patience. Inang gusto mo nga maglakat na, pero may mabilin ka pa, hindi mo makita, sa una kapos mo ng pangitaon, doara mo na nada. Hindi mo siya gimbutang, for example, ang liabi, ara mo na nada sa una. O kung nagapaminsan ka nga, ara mo na nada siya, pero alay pangitaon mo na, hindi mo na makita. And then you go into eruption like a volcano. Mamuyayaw ka na and everything, no? Eh, nga mo sina, because things are not turning out the way we wanted it to be, and so we become so impatient. And that is what the Shizbon Hanafesh is telling us, that woe to the pampered one who has never been trained to be patient, because if you're not trained to be patient, you will really suffer. So you really need to have patience in some sense. What is patience? There's an interesting word study in the Hebrew text, because as I said, patience means savlanot. And savlanot shares its root word with suffer and endure. Sa Latin naton niya, kita nga mga Latin based ang aton nga language, especially for example English, we have words that are coming from Latin. Ang aton niya nga to suffer with is actually compassion, no? Compatior. To suffer with, patior and compatior. So there's compassion, to suffer with. In Hebrew, which is of course a different branch of languages, no? Ang iyayalain siya, patience has its root word, or rather has its roots as a word from that of endure or to suffer. Di ba may correct magid? Correct magid, di ba? If you want to be patient with other people, you will really suffer. Or rather, you will really endure whether the other person or yourself. Correct magid, no? Have you noticed that? Kung gusto mo pasensya sa ibang nga tao, ano himuon mo? Yung masuffer kagid, no? Mapaiway kagid o mapahanunot kagid, no? For example, isa ka bata, hindi ka ba magtuon, rather hindi ka ba magsulat, ano himuon mo? You really have to endure if you're the teacher. Kung gusto mo ng bata, no, nga tuon siya, ano himuon mo? You have to endure. Nga paano? Ugdan mo gid siya. You suffer in the sense, no, of the, going back to the basics, etc., just to make the child learn. And that is a virtue that many of us are actually missing in our own lives now, in this modern age. Okay, we want to be fast. Di kon ulihi kaya, di bahala ka day ka ulihi kaya. Tapos kung dasig ka naman, bahala ka. Kita masin mo ka dasig, ang upod mo, posa ng hinay. So, either way, whether you're the one who is slow, or the one who is fast, you suffer. That's why it is really to endure. If you are patient, you really have to endure. Agwanta kagidya. And that is the reality that this Hebrew word sablanot is telling about us. If you want to be patient, you have to endure pains and difficulties. Patience is not something that is easy. It takes a lot of will and of willpower, and at the same time, it takes a lot of endurance. Diba naman mga kabataan, for example, if you're a teacher, or even if you're the boss, for example, in an office, kung di ka pasensyoso nga tao, ano yung muon mo, ati lupo ka permi. Kaya nga ang mga tao, they would always miss something. Or they would always be defective or deficient. Especially in terms of what we want to happen. Have you noticed that? Kung maisugo ka, basta maisugo ka gani, siguraduhon mo nga hindi gina siya perfecto nga eksakto. May ara ginaya nga kapalpakan. Mapalpak siya na pila ka beses antes matabo. Or, sa proseso pa lang nga daan, palpak na. Ayawan kagid siya. That's why, really, patience is to endure. Patience really is to suffer. Kaya kung ate mo na, no? Kung di ka gusto magpasensya, nung himuon mo, obrahom na lang sa imo self. You do it yourself. But again, if that's the case, you will do everything na lang. Kasi you don't have patience with others. So again, it makes sense that patience is the same root in Hebrew as to suffer or to endure. Now, the problem with impatience is that it only takes a split second for us to burst out into flames. No? You notice that? It takes just a few seconds lang. So, what do we do now is to separate the match from the fuse. Have you noticed kung ang impatience do kalayo na siya. Nga ginapalapit mo sa pabilo sa dinamita. Di ko mag-updanay ng pabilo kag ang kalayo, anong gaya? Lupok. That's why patience is to distance the match from the fuse. Ang pasensya ginapalago, palawiga ang imo pasensya. Nga palawigo, no? Because what you are trying to achieve is you are using your distance from your impatience to turn into anger. Kung hindi mo siya pag i-distance, sigurado gid, dasig ang aton nga pag-ibwal, no? Di ba siya, Father, ano na rin mo, agwantahon ta lang, agwanta, sa mga aki ka na, ma-high blood kita sina. Wala ko ka hambasa na yan, no? Nga mo na, no? Kasi I said, patience is a virtue. Sometimes it is given to us, sometimes it is not given to us as a virtue. Pero it can also be a habit. Nga, for example, ako, no? Sometimes I'm catching myself, especially during the time balas ng ECQ ka, GCQ, no? There are many times that I became impatient. And there are many times that I really burst into anger, no, magkadama sa mga kapalpakan, or things did not turn out the way I wanted it to be. So, pero na-realize ko, sa nagawakal, kung saan pagkapangakig ko, nangambal ko sa kawili mo, ay, nagsari mo yung pangakig. So, doon pa, sukuan ko na lang, doon na pagustuhan ko na lang, doon papit na lang ko bala. Sometimes you have to stop na lang. Kaya na-realize ko bala to, no, ay nga, ano man yaman, pwede mo na bala nga, pagkatapos mo hambal, tapos na. Sige yun, and I realize myself, I'm catching myself. Why am I doing this? Nan. Depende na sa inyo, sa aton, kada isa sa aton, depende kung paano siya i-develop sa self. No? Pero the point is, as usual, kita ang pierdisin eh. O nga, permike mo ka pangakig o kapasensya, high blood doon kagid. Wag hindi matabo. Marasakit ka lang. That's why, you have to practice enduring it. Daw man na siguro sa style plus ang kwan, siguro if we are tawag sini, athlete, una, 1 kilometer ng laganon ta, and it takes effort. And then 2 kilometers naman, then 3 kilometers. It's an effort slowly, no? So for example, if the distance between the match and the fuse of our anger is only 5 seconds, so maybe we can say, okay, up to 10 muna tayo. So makaki ka eh. So next time na makakalaman sa sitwasyon, siguro 15 seconds naman na. Asa nga malambot nga maglawig na ang fuse. Kung malawig na balang difference between being our impatience, the trigger to our anger, makita ko man nga, ay sometimes people just what they are, and they will always be the way they are. Ikaw yung nga nagsagay kaugtas, ikaw yung perde gidya. Wala gidya dagon. Okay, so therefore another way of doing that is you also have to name it. Other than the distancing the match from the fuse, you also have to name it. Name nga, here comes my impatient me. No, dali-dali ka, gaugtas ka na. You catch yourself and say, ay, dahil lang gin. Nagkakuha naman ako. O iba yan, iba na nga, o kari naman, ginaabot naman ako. Sometimes you have to catch yourself and state the fact that you are acting out, no? That you're feeling impatient, or that impatience is coming naman, o ginaabot ka naman, no? Pwede kaya nga, later on you realize that by naming nag-isa mo na eh, we don't name the emotion, parang if we don't name the emotions that we have, we become puppets of that emotion. Pero once you named it, kasi yung naman, tas naman ko, masugtam na ko galingon mo. You can make a choice now. Nga, you separate yourself from the emotions that you have. Kung di mo pa i-separate ang self mo from the emotions that you have, you cannot control. Pero once you see emotion from a different perspective outside of yourself, no, this is just a feeling, an emotion, as I said, you can always say dali lang gid. I can always say to myself, relax, steady lang anay. No, that's why Yeah, that's true. Kisa di naton kay bala mo aton mind perspective depende man eh. Sometimes our perspective is that we are always basing things from our own reference point. So if they do not meet our target, we get angry or impatient. Pero how about if we put ourselves into to suffer with them, to endure with them, and you'll see nga, maybe the target is really too high for them. Yan. Pero it doesn't mean that's precisely nga hindi man po silingon nga ikaw ya ma-adjust lang pero me. That's why it's always a growing together. Hindi ba pwede nga ikaw lang pero me adjust, ikaw lang adjust nga adjust. You have to also motivate them to rise up to the occasion. Kung ikaw perti ka taas ang imong expectation, tinubo-nubuon mo. Sila man niya perti ka nubo, taas-taason nila so that you can meet at a certain point. And together, you grow. Kasi ang mga iban nga mga mga tao kasi ay pasensyahin na kay kakuanan sa iya. Amo gina siya ya. Di amo na nagali ya. Ikaw lang pero may adjust. Amo na bala no? Ako lang pa ma-adjust. Ako lang pero may adjust. Yan. Sometimes both parties or all parties involved should adjust. So kung ikaw ya is too high, you may go a little bit lower. While the rest who are too low, they should go also and exert themselves effort to go higher. Because we need to grow together. Naman sa workplace. Di ko lang imo ng mga empleyado, mga tamaran, kay ikaw ipisan, hindi man naguro namin nga, ikaw yung tanong obra. Kundi, ano himuon mo siya? You lower the expectation, maybe lower the workload of your employees, but at the same time, demand from them that they met a certain standard so that it becomes a culture. As I said at the start of this video, culture is very important. The way things are and the way you do things in a certain work environment or in a certain environment, whatever that is, it's work, it's social environment or family environment, whatever you have. Kaya namin ara siya nga balancing na hindi nga ikaw lang niya. So, it's always a mutual interaction between the stakeholders or those who are involved. So, my dear friends, I think you have learned a lot. Hopefully, you have learned a lot or something or nothing from this video with regards to patience. So, patience is to endure. It demands that we suffer with other people so that we can also, shall we say, become patient with others. Thank you very much and see you again next time.